be inspired by IBM System 360. Let's try out where to have the radiator. Then do the fans. So easy. Do remember the .se case, yeah. It was a lot harder. So let's see where we can have this one. Well, this can become a problem. It looks like that we got to sacrifice something. See, this is 3 times 120 millimeter, so it's 360 millimeter. Is it possible to make it smaller? Well, it's some type of hatch here, but I can't have a radiator and fans in this. Let's strip it down a little bit more. This is a real nice Phanteks design. The screws. See here, we have easy access to 2.5 inch. Here we have for disk drive, hard disk, accessory box. It's not possible to take away the funnel either. I don't think so. Well, it will look strange. It's not possible. Then I have to drill all these. I don't want to do that. Let's clean it up with some MP52. It's for furniture and some cotton. Got some dirt. Let's do the front as well. Let's give it a deep clean. MP52, it's a really old product and it still works. And it works really great on metal as well. It will look like new or even better than new. You see? It eats up the dust since it's very moist, and then it dries. I get away a lot of dirt and makes it a little bit shinier, since it becomes like a polished surface, like on a car. See, here's some dirt. You can see that the seller cleaned it, but he didn't use any MP52. So it will dry. That's it. Let's take the dry base also. I just want to show you that you don't need any ultrasonic cleaner or some universal petroleum based spray like WD-40 556. It will eat up the plastic. It can be really effective if you got some color on it, since it goes really deep, and this goes like enough deep, much nicer with the case and plastic, and when it dries it dries really nice. So only use WD-40 556 if you got color marks. Let's see what we got. Oh, even got the manual. Some screws. That's it. Let's test it on this table. Will the table become cleaner? Dirt. I think a towel will be even better when it's something big as a furniture. It's a lot better. It will not damage the furniture, and it will not damage a computer case either. Now it will be also protected. The case is clean and the table is clean. Yes, let's take the top filter as well. It will smell less now. Just help it to dry. Look nicer and smell a little bit less basement. Else it will take months for it to release that basement smell. And now it will like go away in a week. The same thing with furnitures. Oh, nice. You can see some LED strip over there. That's cool. You wouldn't see before. Of course, I got to do this one too. Microfiber, really nice. But I got to clean this one. Yeah. Storage places. Let's take a screwdriver and open them. A bit sharp. I have done a build in a Phanteks before. It was a ITX, a bigger ITX case, real nice. It was a little bit sharp. I think I will not use them at all. Just take them away. It's like a rule I got from building a lot of computers. They are really nice, but it's no reason to have them. More than maybe I need it for the future. Well, most of the time it will not happen anyway. Then they fit here. Now it's even lighter. See if we can take away the dry bay as well. Okay, that was the LED strip. It's magnetic. And here we have a couple of screws. Well, makes it sturdy, but don't really need them. so why have them? Let's try to unscrew them. The more airflow you can get. Unscrew these small, real small screws. Let's screw away this hatch. See if it will help me when I'm going to install the radiator. Maybe it will. Maybe it will give me all the space I need. That's it. Here I have the dry bay. Okay, got one there as well. See if I can get this one away. Yep. That's it. A little bit sharp. So it's one screw here. Then we got to redo one screw on the feet. Let's do the easy part first. Here we got some RGB stuff. Open this one. That's it. Another small screw. Okay, another screw. It was a lot of screws. Yeah, that's it. Less weight, less dirt, and better performance. Starting to look really clean. We can take away some of these brackets as well. They will be in the way. Start with that. These are really easy to change. Let's put back the screw for the feet. Okay. That one goes nowhere. That one did. Let's take another one. Is it a screw there? It looks like that, so that's why it didn't work. Yeah, so now all the feet are okay. Let's check these ones. Yeah, let's check these screws as well. I think it's screws. Yeah, it's screws. Nothing more to do with the case. Don't need these screws. Yes, I don't do hard drives anymore. So let's clean up, and I will do the motherboard and the radiator and the power supply and the graphic card. See if we can fit the radiator. Curious about it. Yes, it will fit. And the fans also. So, now it's no problem. Here we have the parts for assembling the kit. Alcohol wipes. Screws. And these are for fans in radiator. Thermal paste. But I think it's pre-applied. And here RGB cable. 4-pin with 3 active. Yeah. Some screws. More screws. And here the Intel bracket. so I'm not going to use that one. And here we have the AMD bracket. Most of the time it's easier to install AMD, so hopefully it will be it this time also. It's pre-applied thermal paste. This is not really necessary. Let's do the fans. And I have also cleaned up the glass and the metal side plate. I could easily change these. I can order some other ones later with RGB if I want to. I don't really know what they mean, but we got the water block 6 or a RGB LED controlled via your motherboard or controller. Okay, the 6. Save time and money. And some of their customers, they don't want to use them. Mount the radiator. It would be nicer with some written description also to these images. Well, we got some, but it's about the parts. Yeah, we got to think about the airflow. So if we're going to have it like this in the case, then I want to pull air, not push it, pull it inside. No arrows. Assume that it's a normal airflow. Yeah, if you got it in the top, you want it oriented this way, but they don't tell the other way. That sucks. Strange, it looks a little bit scratched already. Just around the holes here. I would do them in the same way. Now I need some longer screws. A bunch of them here. This looks promising. Just wanna be sure so I don't punch a radiator. Here we got the hole there and the hole there. Yes, 12 screws. And when you attach fans like this, they become a little bit springy, since it's just plastic and air between. So don't force it too much. It will never be in the bottom, since it's not possible. Let's fix the cables. Here we got the pump. I really don't know where the pump is. Is it located in the radiator? I don't know. We will not see this anyway. Maybe this is the pump. Since it's a pretty heavy radiator, I'm going to install it in the case first. AMD AM3, AM4, and here we got the AMD bracket, and then we got some springs and screws and stuff and cable. A very strange way to install it. Use these old plastic socket brackets you can find on the motherboard. Well, At least I don't got to screw a lot on the motherboard then. It's so strange, things doesn't look the same. Okay. Yes, now it makes sense. First I got to pull this one and then use this one instead. And then attach everything and attach it to the socket. Cut open this one. Why do you do the steps like this? Forward and then backward and then forward again. It's very strange that they don't label all. This is so strange. Why don't they use the same type of bracket design like for Intel? You see here, I'm going to use this screw and got a little spring optimized for LGA 20 sockets. See, it's less steps for that one. For AMD, here you can see 2 of those, yes, and 1 bracket. This part is universal. You're going to use it for all. And here it's also universal. It's a RGB cable, 5 volt, okay. And these are the same screws here as well. So for Intel use 4 of these screws with a spring. And for AMD use only 2 of them. Why don't they like give 2 of these screws in make packages? Well, it's universal, so we don't have to. It's very strange when they like jumping from one thing to another. And then we got these like 3D views. It's very hard to see if it's up or down. This is really stupid. Why do you design it like this? So you don't have to send another bracket. You could use the original bracket if you design it well. We know that from Thermalright. So if Thermalright can do it really easy for a cheap water cooler, why can't Fractal? And this feels really stupid as well. Like 50% will hurt their fingers, hands. It feels a little bit cheap for being a so expensive water cooler. Now it's there. I can't really tell if it's in the right position. That's kind of suck. Hopefully it is. So I pulled it towards the hoses. Went from this one to like this one to this one, and now I go back to the third step. And then I will wait for these. So now I will do this RGB cable, since I know it can be hard to do later. Okay. Now I understand. They got the contact here, where you got the bracket. It's really stupid. That's why they do this step before this. Now it makes sense. It will be probably hard to get it inside now. Let's take away the screw. Even possible to do it? Yes, it is. I was lucky, but why do we do it like this? And then you can't see the color of the cable. And everything is like black. Why? I don't understand that. Why? A little bit rank, you the designer, when you did this. Okay, I need something so I can like push it inside. Hopefully that's good enough. Can jump out anytime. Why do you do it like this? That's it. See if I can use this one. Oh, pre-applied the thermal paste. What a waste. I don't want to attach this to the motherboard now, since this is a really big radiator. I will go after a plastic bag instead. Now I will not care if the thermal paste will paste itself all over. Of course, we got some cables. Eight to 12, okay. 8, okay. 12 times, okay. Just take some, as long as the thread is working. This was happening when they don't use nice bags and don't label them. They look like this. I really don't know if these screws are for the radiator or is it for the drive bay, but it doesn't matter. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Maybe it's for this one. Everything is lining up nice. It's almost like it's the same brand. See here the spaces where you can screw, and it's lining up very nice. We don't need all these screws, but why not? It would be enough with 6 screws, more than enough. That's it. The radiator is in place. Here are some parts of the build. Got the Ryzen 5 5600X. You can still buy it. And we got Corsair Vengeance RGB Pro 32 GB 2 RAM sticks. And we got this Kingston KC3000 Gen 4 NVMe drive, 4 TB. And we got this VD Black 2 terabytes, Gen 4, and we got the graphic card. It's still enough for me since I don't play all days, else I would buy something else. I will buy something else, of course. It's old now, but it's a decent card if you want to do a budget build. And here we have a really nice B550A Pro motherboard, socket 4. It's a full-size motherboard, so it's really nice if you can have it in your PC case. Green capacitor, like dark green and light green, black and yellow capacitor, semi-modular, CPU, PCI, ATX, so we need a SATA as well. Mollex. Test the PCIe since the cable will not fit. Let's check the numbers. Really good numbers. Fan is spinning but very low. It looks like a decent power supply. That's it. Okay. I will try to do the best of the situation with some extensions for the fans. So I have to split these fans in different groups. I have like 6 fans and 5 connectors on the motherboard. It can be a good idea to have the possibility to change most of the fans. Here we have the rear and I don't want to connect them together in a daisy chain. It can be too much power for the motherboard. And the control of the motherboard most of the time better than external controllers. And we have like 2 RGB connectors on the motherboard. So I can choose to daisy chain them all together or split them up in 2 groups. It looks like this one is deep enough. That will work. Now we'll take second one. That's for RGB of the pump, or block in this case. I think the pump is in the radiator. Can put these together and then let's do it like this. It's not rocket science, it's just a lot of cables. Let's see, it's in the right spot, yeah. I think I will daisy chain all the front. 1, 2, have a third one. Yeah, let's see. 1, 2, and 3. And it really doesn't matter how they are connected, because everything will be in parallel, sort of. It's a little bit short. Could be done in another way, of course. Got to see how it looks like. Okay, so this one is the highest. Makes sense why. So this one is the cable for this fan inside here. So let's change it to another one. Top. This is the second one. So now I don't need to use any adapter. So I just put it where I want it. So I grouped them in 3. Not more practical. I don't need these right now. Let's do the fans now, and then some of the other cables could connect it to another one. So I don't want to have a lot of cables down here. If I'm going to use this slot, then it will be in the way. So I was wondering about using an adapter for this USB 3. It was a mess to fan and the pump cable. Now it's in place, and here we have the cables from the behind. We have the SysFan 1 and SysFan 2. Down here we have the SysFan 3. Okay, the mess of cable management. So here we have the front. Let's do that to number 1. It's the most important fans anyway. That's it. Pull that one back. Always a static thing. In the old days it didn't matter, you just did the cable. And remember when people started to do cable management, spending a lot of times to have the cables underneath the motherboard. That's how they did it. Number 2. Here we have that one. That's it. Then we take the rear fan down here. Yeah, down here. I want them to switch place, I think. That's a thing with cable management too. You don't want an interfering cable. It will make a bulb of some sort. Just straight. Now it's almost becoming like a bulb down. Well, maybe it doesn't matter. I want PCI cable above. Yeah, got to do it like that. So this is a rear fan. This fan will get power from this cable and connector on the motherboard. That's it. We'll do the graphic card later. Let's do this one. This Giphy one place. Okay, here we have some orientation as well. Probably the ordinary one. You can even buy adapters so you can connect it pinned out and ready. You only do it one time. Let's see how it looks like. Here we have the orientation. Power LED, then power switch, then HDD LED, and then reset. And here we have the orientation as well. You see it's plus, and here it doesn't matter. The power and reset. Let's do front cables. Don't need the power LED since I got other light. Here we have the reset switch. The CPU cable is in place. The pump cable is in place. System fan 1 in place, system fan 2 in place, system 3 in place. The ATX 24 pin cable is in place. The power switch cable is in place. The reset switch cable is in place. The HDD cable is in place. The USB 3.X is in place. And the audio cable is in place. PCIe cable in place. Yeah, let's do some cable management. So here we got RGB for a fan, and then we got the RGB for the pump, and RGB for fan. Thinking of doing this one separately, the pump RGB. Up here we got rainbow 2. Where do we got rainbow 1? It's down here. Let's put this one down here instead. It will not reach, so not that way. I got to wait with that one. Let's see. 1, 2. Put that one here. Okay. I just want to open this one. Do I need a tool? It's like glued together. Or is it all over it? Yes, it should be all over it. That's it. I was wondering what got this arrow, something like that. It's almost impossible to see it, but it's just to check the pin out. This cable was just to get through the hole. Nice at all. So I do all these RGB fans in a daisy chain, and maybe I do the RGB for the pump separately. As usually it's a mess. It really doesn't matter when you got this space. I think I will have some Function and security before the aesthetic. That's it. Connect this connector with Phanteks multicolor LED. So we got the rear fan, this fan, and then this fan bumped together with the fans as well. Depends on. It's a little bit short, but sometimes short can be perfect also. There it is. 10mm. Let's see if I can get some length on it. Okay, let's try this way again. Yeah, I want it like that. Yeah, it's not perfect but good enough. Then I can cover it with this one. Something like this. Let's do the pump. Of course you can have extension cables on everything, but then it will be a mess also. Let's get the pump. The pump. Where did it go? Here we have it. Let's do that one here. Then we got a lock mechanism for the cable so they not pull themselves out and end up in a fan. So it goes around from the pump and then behind the motherboard and in behind the case and then back again but in another spot. Then we got this. Let's see the pin out of the 2 pins and then we got a blank. It's like the pins is a little bit offset all over the motherboard. It's really bad. Can't see anything wrong. I don't think it's this connector. It's not the cable. Yeah, it's like the pins are a little bit too narrow. The plan I got now is to get it to work like this and then add the graphic card. And then I will do some extra stuff later. This is like Phanteks D RGB connector. It's the same as a RGB, but they use another connector. Annoying. So they use it for RGB strip in the case. They also sell a RGB from Phanteks, and the only difference is the connectors. So it's really bad. So it's possible to connect them together if you have got some adapter of some sort. It's 5 volt. In this case it will be like dual RGB systems. One from the case and then one from the motherboard. And now it's time to bundle some cables together just to get some sort of order here. It will not be perfect since it's not perfect from the beginning. Okay, here we have the pump cable. You should test it before you do this, but I hope it will work. Pretty sure it will work. Now I will try to save some time. Since the pump cable is very important, I'll give it some more attention. See, now we got a real nice mess here. And of course, according to Steve, this is not okay then. Yeah. I have some trade-off here and I can't do a lot about it. That's how it is. It will not matter later anyway. I will not open this every day and watch the cable management. If I'm going to do something later, it's easier if it's less cable ties, as long as you can see where everything goes to. It's not possible here, but spending times with doing every cable perfect is a waste of time. Let's do the best of the situation, then go on with the life. This case is from 2017, so you can see that it got some trade-offs. It's not so easy to do the cable management. There's not a lot of places to attach the cable ties to. It really doesn't matter in the ending. It will work anyway. That's it. Really doesn't need that one. So we got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cable ties. Let's see, so it will not be a sometimes it's just to flatten these out a little bit. And then we got these cable ties. It will work. Got a lot of space down here, so I don't see any reason to do cable management. Maybe I will do some RGB here, since I don't got any RGB on the radiator fans. And here it can be a good idea to stretch the cables a little bit, just so they don't go into the fans. It will be a mess. The reason why you do cable management is to get a clean look here. It really doesn't matter how it looks behind. That's over course. And if I stretch this cable, I got to stretch it all the way. And it can be a good idea to use some cable ties here as well, so the cable will not go up in the fans. And then check all the connectors so everything is attached. I will not move this computer around, I will not send it away, but I want to do it in a proper way anyway. See if I can force down some cables. Looks nice. Everything in place. Yeah, let's transfer all the files from my old computer to external storage, so I can transplant the graphic card and other stuff. Let's see if we have some space for this Elgato HD60 Pro. And as you can see, you have this USB 3.x cable here, and I'm thinking about using this extension. Right now it got this adapter too, but I don't need that one. I used this for another computer, but it was not necessary, so I took it away. Adapter like this one can cost like 50 to 100 crowns, sometimes more. It's like 10 to 15 US dollar. And this one maybe $4 or $5. Depends on the quality and where you buy it. Okay, now I have no clue if it's working. It will work. They did a great work. The card itself, it don't take a lot of space. It's a lot of space there, since they designed the card this way. I bought it cheap, used. I was thinking about having a Wi-Fi card, but as you can see, it's not a lot of space, even if this is a full ATX card. And you don't want to cut the airflow to the graphic card either. Here you can see on this motherboard you got this built-in bracket, since this is a gaming motherboard. Maybe I will add some more RGB. I'm not sure. This doesn't look top notch, but it's okay. We got a lot of space here. You will not see these cables. Got RGB strip here from Phanteks. It's underneath here. And here we have the hose for the water cooling. The hoses. It's a bummer, since well, at the same time it will keep it in place. A radiator, it takes a lot of space here in the front. It's not optimal. Maybe you want the radiator in the top and then you want filter here and not filter on the top. It's possible to have filter here in the front. It's no cow on the ice, even if it's not in the way of Steve. It will work anyway. Depends if you have the computer on the floor or on a desktop or a gaming board. See, now in this case is very clean, since I used polish and then IPA. Then I got the best from two worlds. Since the polish it gets a little bit oily or almost like water. Then it is safer to have some alcohol and dry it up. And then we got this deep clean look, and it will not smell basement. You can see this black and red theme on this computer and be inspired by IBM System 360. Of course, it got not a lot of IBM stuff in it, but probably a lot of IBM patents, like a lot of PCs. So this PC is a tribute to IBM System 360.
It's 1964, and IBM unveils the System 360, a mainframe family that forever changed computing. With its ability to handle both commercial and scientific tasks, it introduced compatibility across its models, ensuring scalability for growing businesses.
We've been living in sin so long, all the feels are gone. Fella stopped me on the street last night, said everything's alright. Roller coaster, make it through the day upright. It seems your meal ticket is gone, but life goes on. I could never imagine something better. Yeah, right. Now you're cooking on high heat.
It was some thermal paste. So now transfer the graphic card. I have backed up all my files to an external hard drive, and it was not necessary to use this extension. It's a lot better to keep the original cables if it's possible, even if it's a pretty ordinary build. I learned a lot, especially with this water cooler from Fractal. Here we got my old main computer, used for like 1.5 years. Got this deep cool case. I used really nice fans, and here we got the fans for the radiator. I handpicked this, and they got RGB on the side. It wasn't really expensive on the used market, but they were unused. And here we got the graphic card. Now I will change the thermal paste for the graphic card.
Take me to a better time. Let's go. All sing your high forget how to place your bet. When everyday life gets you down, you gotta steal the crown. Got to own it. Don't bitch and moan about it, please. God forbid you scrape your knees, and it's nothing to sneeze at. Oh, I've told you over and over again. You gotta get both hands around it and make your own plans. Roller coaster, it's taking over. It's about time. To all choose your timeline with the roller coaster of life. Roller coaster. I want to go down the rabbit hole, down the rabbit of life. And now it's about to leave. Oh, roller coaster. Oh, roller coaster.
And here we have the dirt. And here we have some of the old thermal paste. not the prettiest, but what to do. I have connected these two RGB lights to this controller, and that controller is connected to the fan and the motherboard in a daisy chain. They are like hanging in the cables, also some magnetic. It's no cow on the ice. That's it. Can't do any better right now. Let's put it together. Terrible sound. It's from the pump, and if I lower it to like 4 volts, it sounds less. Windows 11 is up and running, so I will plug in a plug and play Wi-Fi adapter and then let it to update. So I leave it for a couple of hours and see if the noise from the pump gets better, but probably not. I'm going to install the drivers for the graphic card later, and I will do a complete install of the Windows plug and play drivers for GeForce. Disable the Windows update. It updated the driver anyway. So I got a list of things to do and sort it out and fix everything. It's very strange that this case doesn't align the center of the intake. Maybe I'm going to have this one more to the right. The last thing to fix is the RGB light for the rear fan. I think it's the contact. Now it's working. Let's see if we can get the RGB in the front. So I will redo the cable I disconnected earlier. It's looking promising. Remote control got something called NVMe as motherboard, so it can be synchronized. Everything working. Every project comes to an end, and sometimes I move quickly. Now I will change the YouTube Facebook channel name from HardQR to Hardware Blast, and I'm also closing the domain hardqr.com until the 20th of May, and I will soon start hardwareblast.com.